Okay. Yo.
He's like,
Yo, did you read what Denzel said?
no,
When it was the first
I
time
don't
that
think
he
I noticed.
Oh, okay. I don't think you were in the group chat, but it was the first time that he listened to the podcast, and he was like, "Baby J, your voice sounds a lot deeper than normal."
No, I
And
didn't see that actually. I did. I was in
bro,
the group
the disrespect. Like,
chat.
come on now, come on. Like, you know, I was just like, why? He didn't even have to say all that. Like, he really could have
He did
just
it.
like
He did it. He just hated it. He made it seem like you was trying to make it deeper.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just my normal voice that I just be talking with. Like, but I be knowing that I code switch my voice depending on who I'm talking
Oh
to.
wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. Y'all get the more cheerful one, but some people gotta get the thugalicious, it, yeah,
You
I
are
know you.
tripping.
I know you ain't talking nothing. Like, some
You are
people just
tripping.
some people gotta get hit with that. But
Oh wow, I can't stand you, nigga.
anyways. Let me get this introduction out the way. What's good, y'all? Welcome to episode 2 of the Cherry Waves podcast. You already know the vibes. Maybe you don't. There's only been 2 episodes, but I'm gonna say you already know the vibes. I am here with my boy, Young Krabby Patty, aka Yo Mama let me in the house because I got manners and said please, aka Young Whyse, aka my boy Cruz. What's good, bruh?
Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm honored to be on your podcast. That was a
Yeah.
fire introduction.
Yes,
Don't know where
sir.
that came from, but
Yes, sir. It came from the
put some
heart.
respect on my name.
It came from
Okay.
the heart, you know. Put my soul into that one. Yes, sir.
I felt it. It resonated a little bit.
It resonated. Perfect. That's what we like to be hearing. Uh, yo, how's you doing? How you doing tonight, though? For real, for
Um,
real.
I'm all right. I'm kind of busy nowadays because school just started up, and so I'm
Facts.
dealing with that. But recently, I've been on my stereotypical black tie guy type stuff. I've been playing 2K21.
Of course, you one of them, huh?
LOL.
You
I'm
get
mad
the
you say that like
same
you
game.
don't know.
You get the
Oh,
same
I got
game
it for free.
every. Okay,
So
okay,
we don't even have to go there. I got
okay.
it for free because I'm game sharing. But
Okay. Respect,
it's like
respect,
any other
respect,
RPG
respect.
though. When you really think about it,
Bro, it's not
because
like
like you
it's
can
not like
see,
any other RPG. I
yes,
promise
it
you,
is.
bro.
You
I
be
promise
grinding.
you, it's not. I
The
promise
whole
you, it's
game is a
not,
grind.
bro.
The whole game is a grind. Like
Bro, you
the
not
whole point
finna.
of it is to stack up badges, get ability points or whatever and stuff like that.
You not
It's
making a,
repetitive.
a,
It's
a
just like
damn
an MMO.
Pokemon comparison.
It's just like an
you
MMO.
you's not you are not finna sit here and tell me that you buy. All right, bro. You know what?
Listen,
You
no.
look.
We don't even have to really talk about that. We really don't.
Look,
The
nah.
reality here is it's an okay game.
As
It's
long as
really
you have fun with
irritating,
it.
and I don't pay money, and I have a lot of friends who play the game, so I can play it, which is nice.
Okay,
But
facts.
I've also been playing Ghost of Tsushima, so don't hold me.
Okay,
Okay,
Ghost
I've
of
been on that weed
Tsushima.
life.
That joint
I've been on
fire.
that weed life.
That
Yes,
joint.
it is.
I haven't played it
I
yet.
really be feeling like I'm in a samurai movie, and I'm a
Ah,
badass. It's amazing.
you that Afro
Um,
Samurai?
no,
Okay. Okay.
no, I don't get to be the Afro samurai,
Okay.
but
Okay. Okay.
but
Okay.
but you do get to like do all this cool stuff, and it's like a blend of like Assassin's Creed mixed with I don't know, maybe like you could consider For Honor in a way.
Bro,
I feel like those might be, if you combine those two games, that might be give you a little idea what it's like
that just made
gameplay
me
wise.
never want to get it talking about For Honor.
Okay, but it's
Bro.
AI. It's not people. But you
Okay.
got you got a couple different stances that you switch between and stuff like that.
Right? So like the damn
Yeah,
Avatar stances, right? Like some earth, fire, wind, water.
sure, Jordan.
Bro, isn't that what it All right. All right.
No, it's not sword stances. I don't know why you acted like
Bro, cuz like aren't the elements for the sword stances the same ones that they are in Avatar?
no,
What are the
not at
elements?
all.
What are the what are the elements said?
One of them is moon, so you're wrong.
Okay, what are the
I
other
think
three?
another one is wind.
So air. Like I said, go ahead and tell me fire and water are the other two. Go ahead and tell me fire and water are the other two.
One of them might be water inspired, but the other one isn't fire. I promise you.
Okay. Man, really trying to be disrespectful. Like, come on, bro. Like, man, dude, really sitting here trying to talk about it's not the Avatar when 3 or 4, bro. A 75%, that's still a C.
How is it 3?
That's still a C, bro.
How is it 3? You got 2, maybe.
See, you don't even know what the third one is. What that last one is? It could, for all
no, the last one is like whatever, bro.
Bro, if it's metal, that's still Avatar. That's earthbending. If it's
okay.
metal, and even moon is some damn
you want me to pull
bending.
it up?
Moon is some blood
I got the
bending.
game right here. I got the game right here.
Moon is some blood bending, bro. Like,
okay.
Like think about it. They couldn't blood bend unless it was a full moon. So if you really think about it, like,
okay, I got you.
That moon stance is blood bending.
It's gonna make you feel good. It's sun stance, water stance, wind stance, and moon stance.
What was it was wind, water. Wait, what was it? Hold on.
Stone. So there's your earth.
Earth.
There you go.
Okay.
That's 3 or 4.
Okay, I told you, 75%. C's get degrees. Let's go. Let's go.
C's get degrees. That's the energy you bringing into this.
Bro, that's
semester.
No, that's the energy that everybody else be trying to give though.
Oh, really?
Look. Anytime that I was like, man, I'm stressing about my class. To Anthony, math professor, Quan, and all them, they like, well, C's get degrees, bro. So shit, you seem like you're doing good. And I'm like, come on, bro. That's not what I'm trying to go for though. I need that A oxyciously, bro. I need that
really
A. I need that A
have your audience heard this word before?
Bro, who hasn't heard of the word oxycious, bro?
Normal people, because it's not a real one. Before you even go there, for the people who are confused.
Nobody's confused. Nobody's confused. Everybody knows what that word. All right, look. I'm finna give y'all the dictionary definition, bro. Okay, it's oxycious.
The one that he's created for himself.
No, bro, because I don't know
why. I want
you
to spell it out for him too.
I'm finna spell it. I'm finna spell it, bro. I don't know why niggas be tweaking like they ain't never heard the word oxycious, bro. Like that's how I know y'all didn't take an 8th grade English class. Cause they for real taught this shit, bro. When you was reading some damn.
Wait! Before you even try to hold me, I'm an English major. Don't even.
Bro,
bro.
Then you should know when you was reading some Othello, bro. This word was in Othello, bro. So
Othello definitely wasn't in 8th grade.
Bro. Oxycious. Okay, so oxycious is, here's how you spell it. It's OXTHICIOUS. And so oxyciously is OXTHICIOUSLY. And if you do oxyciously, it's an adverb which has 2 meanings. The first meaning is with great will or strong desire, and the second meaning is in a vast quantity. So like you could say like an oxycious amount of something, or that you need something oxyciously.
There's an actual word. That's a real word.
Oxycious.
You basically just took the word from, but it's okay.
No, bro. Okay, and you finna say took the word from like the entire English language isn't shit taken from French, damn German,
the way you defended
Russian.
It sounded like you made it up. Like if it was a real word, you wouldn't feel like you needed to defend it like that.
Nah, see, I'm defending it because y'all want to say that's a made up word. If I don't defend it, who's finna defend the word?
Nobody, because it's your word.
No, but it's not. It's an English word. I mean, it's my word in the terms of I speak the English language. But like, otherwise, it's a word for everybody. Everybody and their mamas can use that word.
Nah, now I gotta expose you. I was there when he decided how to spell the word. The fact that you want to keep staying here and keep this going. I was there. We debated how it should be spelled.
bro, I don't know where you was getting some S from. It was a debate on how it was spelled, like when you was making it. It was a debate on the right way to spell it because it's a real word, so there is a correct way to spell it. And you was
Look at
adding
you
an
sitting,
S, bro.
just changing history,
Bro, it's
just like evil people. Are
bro.
you an evil person, Jordan?
The winners decide history, bro. And I'm a
You're not
winner.
a winner.
I'm a
You're not a
winner,
winner.
bro. Bro. I be winning oxyciously.
I thought we said that you weren't the main protagonist of your story.
Oh, bro, I'm the main protagonist of everybody's story.
Oh,
Let me
now you
chill. Nah,
got
let
me.
me chill.
Now
Nah.
you got me.
Let me chill. I'm
Throw this
capping,
away.
bruh.
Throw
I'm
this away, bro.
capping. Hey,
We're moving on.
throw away the first
I'm
10 minutes,
I'm
bro.
I'm sidelining it. I'm sidelining it. I'm the host now. All right, Jordan. Let's talk about music. All right.
You wanna talk about music?
Yeah, let's talk about music. First of all, y'all might not notice, but Jordan is a man of many talents, right?
Okay.
I mean, you might be watching this on YouTube. He got a YouTube channel. You might be watching this on, where you listen to your podcast because he got a podcast.
Yeah.
But he does other audio vocal things. Tell them, Jordan.
Okay. Yeah. So, so for those of you who don't know, because I be moving in silence, bruh. Thank you for the
Mm.
beautiful introduction, by the way, Cruz. I be moving in silence. And so when you move in silence, people may not notice your movements, but that don't mean they're not there. It just means
Okay.
I be in the background. I be creeping up.
Backpack.
I be, creeping up every now and then, like a
You a
little
creeper
slower,
now?
slower.
Wait a minute.
Hold
Wait a
on,
minute. Wait a minute.
hold on. I be creeping up. I'll drop something. I'll drop a little nugget of wisdom, and I'll sneak back and move quietly again until I creep back up and
Okay.
drop another dime treasure on y'all, like I did with the podcast. Ain't nobody know about the podcast was coming up until the first episode dropped. Like,
I mean, that's not true.
okay, whatever.
Oh, there was rumors. There was rumors.
When people be creeping enough, little murmurs get spread around here
I,
and there.
I wasn't creeping at all. There was, in theory, there was potentially going to be a podcast with a couple of us on music, and we were just going to talk about music on like a day-to-day thing, or like new music every week. It's supposed to be like a talk show. You were one of those main components. Was like, yeah, we should do that. So I knew in the back of my head, like, oh, this man, you want to use his voice for good.
Oh,
You want to hop on that mic.
of course, bro. If I'm not spreading good, then what am I doing? What am I doing, bro? Got to use my platform to spread love and positivity. Mwah. You feel me?
I don't know.
All
I
right.
can't believe that statement after you just was like, oh yeah, I'm the protagonist of everybody's story.
Right. Anyways. So yeah, I be doing music. Cruz, don't you also do music? Isn't
I
that
do.
isn't that what you
We're in different
originally?
lanes though.
Yeah,
We're in
isn't that
different
what you were
lanes though.
originally in school for though?
The idea was for me to go to school for audio engineering. However, the school I attend currently does not have it. They do have
Ooh.
classes though, and so I'm gonna start pushing into that. But the area I'm gonna be in, I'm gonna be fine anyway. But yeah, audio engineering and recording engineering is basically the person who moves the board and the knobs on the board and who controls
Adjusting
the
them EQ
software,
levels, huh?
stuff like that, and then later does mixing and mastering, which is basically editing for people who don't know. And yeah, that's kind of my lane. I'm not the artist himself usually. I'm the guy who makes the artist sound better than what they are.
Hey,
And yeah, I like that. It's like kind of like a coaching role, a director's position. And so the goal is to be an executive producer. But Jordan, on the other hand,
no, hold on. Don't say you're not an artist. Don't say you're not
I
an
am an artist.
artist. Okay, there we
I'm not an
go.
artist when it comes to music.
I was gonna
Um,
say we funds to get to that. Don't even trip,
uh,
cause
we
we.
can pause that part. We're gonna come back to that, but don't distract Jordan himself. Be behind the mic though.
Okay.
You got some music in the work, right?
Yeah, I got some music in the works. I think between me and my producer, we got almost 5 songs that are finished.
You should have told him a number though. That was
Oh,
foolish.
no. Cause here's the thing. You think it stops at 5? You think it stops at 5? And
Well, now
that
you
would
can
be your
expose
first
yourself again.
mistake. That would be your first mistake.
When I just spoke yourself again. So what I'm telling y'all for the audience is that there's supposedly more than five now, and so the hype needs to start getting drummed up. Ask this nigga every week, when's the album
Okay.
dropping? When's the
Okay.
album dropping?
Okay. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do. You know what? You know
You
what?
played yourself. You
I was
played yourself.
actually I was actually thinking
Now you
about dropping a little snippet of what we've been working on too on
really?
Instagram. I was just a little taste, just to get people's toes dipped in the water, see if they wants to vibe with it,
Well, it
when
sounds
full
like they
drop
need to
comes.
follow you on Instagram so that they can get that
Okay.
snippet.
Okay, underscore purple waves underscore.
Mm.
Okay. Let
Mm.
them
Shameless
know.
plug. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug on my own podcast where y'all probably saw this at in the first place, depending
That's
on
not
where you came
necessary.
from. I was gonna say facts. Depending on where they came from, they could have seen this from a myriad of different
Right.
locations. So
We standing, right? So, maybe they don't know who you are.
yeah, facts. I got two different handles too. If you count the music one,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole different one too. But y'all ain't ready to
Oh,
hear that
snap.
one. Y'all
Oh,
y'all ain't ready to hear that one. But the
up and coming.
music grind been fire.
That's what's
I
up.
Bro, and I'm surprised this dude Cruz ain't gotten behind the mic yet because he if you would sit down and write some bars, y'all, Cruz has some heat.
Oh, well. I'm not good. I'm not the best on flowing on beat. That's why I stick in my lane, spoken word poetry. Um,
Ah, good
I,
transition.
shut up, bro. You don't
Okay.
ruin the transition by taking us out of it. But
Okay.
yeah, what I do is spoken word, and so I do like almost like a freestyle, and it's no beat or anything like that. But I speak about all different types of stuff like politics, human experience, just personal things, relationships, all that. Um, Everything that you would find in artistry or creativeness. It's kind of what I started to do with poetry, and that's why I am an English major, because I'm also a writer. And so I think it's going to give me a good ability that I can use in the industry with songwriting. And I want to keep doing poetry stuff. One day I'll have a book that you'll see.
Ooh, see
But
that
it,
joint in Barnes
but
and
it,
Noble.
but in the meantime, in the meantime, I've been performing and stuff like that. And I'm from Flint, for people who didn't know,
He,
representing that A10
so he
out in
know the
Michigan.
struggle. He know the struggle too.
Shut up. Shut
Right.
up.
Hey, act like we don't all know the struggle if we from Michigan, bruh.
Shake my head.
Act like half of Michigan don't know the struggle.
That's true, and to a degree, to a degree.
Cause
And
here's my fault. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. But I've kind of been moving in the Flint scene. Unfortunately, I'm not no longer in Michigan, but when I was there, I started to get active, and you know, the Flint scene was cool. It's way more positive, but and it's smaller than what you think it might be. And it was really nice to be in it for a while. It helped cultivate my spirit and competitiveness, and hopefully I can branch out into other places and now bring or represent the energy that I was kind of like raised with.
Right.
Like people all got all these stories about Flint, but you don't really understand unless you live there. Sure, yeah, it was horrible during the water crisis, and the water crisis is still going. If you didn't know,
Oh yeah, facts.
not all
That
the pipes are repaired and everything,
that has been
but
going on for way too long.
the only reason um, people are able to ignore us now is because Flint is made up of strong people.
Ooh.
We've been grinding for so long, and like so many cool people have come from Flint that people don't even recognize. And I'm not going to list them, but there are a lot of people who live in Flint who care about the community and are trying to make change. And now that I've left, all I can do is try to represent them as best as I can. And so I'm gonna do that a little bit through my poetry. I'm still writing. I wrote
Right. Right.
recently actually.
Well, cause here's
Uh,
even the thing. Uh, my fault. My fault. You want to finish, yo?
no, you good.
I was just gonna say, like, here's even the thing is that like adversity can like build strength. Like, at the end of the
Right.
day, like adversity is it's either gonna break a person or they can come out from it better than they ever were before, which even further adds to what you were saying about how it's easy to kind of ignore it because you see, like, you see or don't see, but whatever, however, you know that there's strong people that come from Flint. So of course, why would you think that conditions are bad? Because there are people who can prosper in those conditions. Like, that's not to say that
Right.
everybody can do that. However, there is going to be people who can prosper in those conditions, and
Yeah.
that can sometimes distract from, from what's actually going on, because you'll just see that
Yeah.
prosperity and ignore the actual, like, the
The actual issue, and
background.
that's not extended to everybody. And in a lot of scenarios, not a lot of people had a choice or opportunities. Like there
Right.
was a lot of people who were like pushing this narrative, oh, Flint is not the best right now. Why don't you just leave? And I was sitting here like, now I might have an opportunity to leave in a couple of years, but I know a lot of people around me who don't got that opportunity.
Right.
And so they just kind of have to deal with it. And for people to just look on it and like, yo, you're crazy, or yo, this person is doing just fine. It was real ignorant and arrogant, low key. Especially because it wasn't the same everywhere either. I mean, just with the water crisis alone, in certain parts of the city, it was way worse than others. And that's just fact of location. And it's
And
unfortunate how where you come from does impact you. But that being said, I I believe part of the reason I'm so determined and strong willed is because I came from a city like that.
yeah,
And these other obstacles that you put in front of me, it's like I can surpass this.
yeah,
You know what
because
I mean?
you've gone through things before. Like, you've
Yeah.
refined your sword against, like, other
Oh yeah, it's
metals and
sharp.
shit like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, so yeah, it's a lot easier for you, and that's the thing. Like, I'm grateful to know you. I'm grateful that you're here. And I'm grateful that you had these opportunities. Like,
Yeah.
I can be biased too because I know you, because you're a friend and you're someone that I'm close with. But I can also recognize too that other people ain't got those kind of opportunities like that. And that joint,
Mhm.
like, that's not that hard to see if you actually look. Like, you can see that the same opportunities aren't afforded to everybody. Especially there's so much that goes into it. Like, so, like, a lot of people aren't willing to give chances on those people who need those opportunities. There's
Yeah.
prejudice based off of, like, color, and
Discrimination.
just based off of location. Like, oh, you came from here, why would I want to give you, like, this opportunity? Like, if this
Yeah.
is what y'all are known for, if you come from, like, a city that's known for violence, like, then why, in a city that's known for violence that hasn't already produced, like, results,
Right.
like a difference between, like, let's say, like, Chicago and Flint. If you think about sort of like the big names that come from one or the other, then, if one has a better track record, then of
Yeah.
course they're,
Just naturally go through.
people
And
will
it,
gravitate towards that and believe more in that
yeah.
than they would believe in another place that could offer the exact same given the opportunities.
Right. And the difference is not only that, but it's the resources that's provided to you. I
Yeah.
mean, there's even like information out there that suggests like based off of where you live, it can determine how long you'll live, things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really unfortunate because it's like there's stuff like, oh, uh, if you live in this area, the amount of resources that are offered to you are good. Like whether that is being a food desert, it's not a lot of grocery stores around you, so you can't eat healthy,
Right.
or
Right.
there's not a lot of doctors around here, and the ones that are, it's like maybe hospitals, so that's expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
that it
you
makes them
right,
expensive, or they just don't have like the specialists that you
yeah,
need.
shoot. And it's like a lot of things that stack up on you. And it's like a lot of things that you can't even control that can potentially limit your potential. And it's really unfortunate because when you really look at it, almost everyone has the opportunity to grow and potentially do something extraordinary. But
Right.
they also might have, inhabitants or obstacles in their way that limit that. Potentially they could be, 100. Let's say it goes from 0 to 100. Potentially, if there was nothing there to stop them, they could be 100. But because their water is bad, or or they live in a certain area, that potential goes down to a 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe they were born to be a 100, but some sort of resources that they had around them boosted that too. It goes both ways. Um, but really, for me, it's been truly taking advantage of the opportunities I did have. because I didn't have the same opportunities as everyone else, and so it's helped me get as far as I am now, and I really appreciate it if everyone helps me out.
Yeah.
And it's only up from here, hopefully.
Oh, facts. Like, I mean, even then, down, like having downs, it's just like all a part of it. Like,
Yeah,
it's like you can't.
bounce
That's the
back
thing. Can't
like I'm
beat
Big
yourself
Sean.
up for the. Can't beat yourself up for the downs either. Like, of course, like of course, you want it to always be up, but regardless on what the reason is, if you're healing from something or if you're just trying to get further, being gentle with yourself and accepting that there is gonna be down days where it feels like you've regressed. It's like it's
Yeah,
all a part of that journey. Like, and it's also what helps us appreciate the end result even further is knowing like of course you can appreciate it without having any downs, like just knowing that you worked hard to get
yeah,
there. But it's because that we have down, like I believe, I pretty firmly believe that because we have downs, it helps us appreciate the ups and the highs even more than we already
yeah,
would have, because we know what it's like
yeah.
to be on the opposite side of that we want to treasure those things even more. um and that's also part of, for me, why I find myself being like so sentimental. And I was talking about this on IG Live literally last night before we were recording this, how
Hmm.
like I just find myself being more like sentimentally emotional, whatever, just because
Right.
I have that after so much has happened, I have a further appreciation for the people and the things around me.
Yeah, and that's really important to have. Um, and I've been working on me in general, because I've been told I'm real emotional, but for that same reason, I've been able to like understand the up and downs more. Like I never want to be just happy. If that makes sense, that might sound crazy, but you really don't know what happiness is like unless you feel sad recently. You just feel okay or normal, and so it's
Yeah.
hard to have that joy in that normal life in your normal day without that sadness. And sometimes you need those downs so that those ups really do feel like ups. And I've been working on me though to be more in the moment and appreciative of all the types of scenarios I put in. Even when I do feel lonely, sad, and stuff like that, I can still be happy with me. You know, and I feel like that's something that most people should work on if they have the ability to. Is finding that happiness in each moment.
Right. Cuz like, and I think there's actually a sort of psychological thing with that, because it's like once it's like, so the way that it was described, I can't remember the exact term, but it's basically, it's why whenever humans get something, they always want more. It's because when they
Yeah,
get something, it becomes their normal, so it doesn't feel like necessarily they had what they had been longing for before, because now what they have is their
doesn't.
normal. Which is why I
Yeah,
can understand what you're saying about how you don't want to always be happy, because once happiness becomes your normal, you're like, well, what's next? Like there's something that's
yeah,
missing, which is like that higher level. Like if you think about,
yeah.
not
And I
necessarily
want to remain.
emotionless, but my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I want to remain grateful, and so it's hard to do
Yeah, like
when
not
all
wanting,
these positives is there.
yeah, not wanting to like feel like you're taking advantage of those good moments by only having
Yeah,
good moments. Um,
yeah,
and yeah, I think that that makes sense, because like even then, like I don't I don't say that like bad things have to happen. I don't like to say that like bad things have to happen to people. Like
right.
there's gonna be something that they can only learn because something bad happened. However, I think that there's a lot that can be taken away from bad things that happen,
Yeah,
to help you further, like like whether it be like your understanding or just who you are. Like I don't like to
yeah.
say
You
that they
can
have
grow
to
from
happen,
every
but yeah, you can
you
turn it
can
into
grow from
growth.
every interaction. Yeah. Um, I want to sideline us though because it came to mind because I just brought it up.
Okay.
Did you listen to Big Sean's new album? Totally Star Trek, but did you listen to it?
Wait, what was it?
Big Sean's new album.
Yeah, Detroit too.
Yes. Okay.
Which one are we
Because
talking about?
not just the album in general.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I said bounce back, and it made me think of him. And you gotta represent. He one of our Michigan rappers, and I
Yeah.
appreciate him. Um, yeah, he killed that album.
Oh yeah. No,
What you think?
I loved it. Like I listened to it consistently. Like I like a lot of the messages that are being said in it too.
Yeah,
Like, and that's always my thing with music too. Is I feel like it's, and that's what I like preach to, is like I think music is interesting because it can tell a story. And
Yeah.
like a lot of, and that's like a lot of the music that I like more is the ones that are saying something, that they're telling a
Storyteller.
story.
Yeah.
Like, okay, of course there's gonna be like there's a lot of stuff that people put out there and to
It's
just
just
for it to
meant to
be
be a
hard.
banger.
Just for it to be
Right.
hard, which okay, and I'll admit some of that stuff does go hard. Like I'm not gonna hold y'all and say that it doesn't go hard, but at the end of the day, the music I'm going to like more is the music that resonates or the music that tells like a story.
Yeah. That you
Um,
can come back to.
yeah, exactly. Like something that you can relate to and or just like understand what they're saying, like something that moves your
Yeah.
heart, basically.
Right. Gives you that pathos feeling.
Like
Big
yeah,
words.
the pathos.
Big words.
Pulling out the
Uh,
vocabulary.
uh, so I sort of have an idea of it already, but I'm gonna ask it for the sake of the podcast. So because of that, what you just said, what is your top three? Like, and it doesn't have to be like of all time or anything serious, but just right off your mind, what are some three rappers that you really mess with?
Just rappers in general, not specifically Big Sean.
Yeah, 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 just in general.
Okay. In general, my top three rappers. So the first one that comes to my mind, and I'm not gonna say he's
Wait,
first.
wait, wait. I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna type it in the chat. You can say it, but I'm gonna type them in the chat to see if I'm right.
Type who you think.
I approve.
Okay, does it have to be specifically rappers, or can it be any artist in general?
Oh, it can be any, but now you're gonna mess up my guesses.
Okay. I can I will say okay. Well, I'm gonna let you get your
Now you're thinking
guesses.
hard.
No, I'm gonna let you get your
I
guesses.
sent you.
You
I
got your
sent you. I sent you two, and that's good
Okay.
enough for me.
Okay. So the first one that instantly comes to my mind is gonna be Toby Lou,
Bam. One
and
of my
then
guesses.
Chance the Rapper.
Second guess too. Bam. Look at me go. Both of
Those
my guesses were right.
okay, yeah, okay.
I sent it to you in Discord, so it's there. It's verified.
Yeah, oh yeah, like a minute before I said it. And
I'm.
the
I respect some of that. That type of thing is matters to me. It's like knowing things like that.
yeah,
Look at me being a
and
good friend.
facts, it's appreciated. Cause I was gonna say, and the reason I asked rappers specifically is because I know that another of my top three would be Khalid, which is more
Oh, really?
R&B, not
Yeah.
necessarily rapper.
Is that the right way to pronounce his name, by the way?
I'm pretty sure it's Khalid. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure in the location music video it says that it's pronounced Khalid.
I believe you. I'm not a hardcore fan, so
No, you're good.
I've
Because
been pronouncing it wrong, so I'm just making an adjustment.
hey, facts. Um, like, cause yeah, like that's the reason that I asked to make sure. If we
Yeah.
stick to
No,
just
I'm totally
rappers,
fine with that.
yeah, I was gonna say stick to just rappers. It'd be like Toby Lou and Chance, which are both Chi-Town rappers. Um,
I didn't know Toby was from Chance. I
like
mean, from Chicago.
Chicago, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He wasn't born in Chicago if I remember correctly, but he was raised in Chicago.
See.
And so yeah, the reason that those two specifically always resonate with me is because they're telling a story. They're like, and a lot of times it's something that I feel like okay, Chance. I know the Big Day was not a well received album
Garbage.
at all. I know it wasn't well received at all, but I actually
I'll be
like
the
it.
first to say it. I'm
I
glad you like it. I'm glad there are a lot of people out there who like it, but in my opinion, I didn't like it. That's not the Chance I want.
right.
But I do like Chance as well. He wouldn't be in my three for that question though, unfortunately.
Okay. Let's see. So who would your three be, and then we can go through explaining our choices better.
Okay, well, Kendrick,
Kendrick. Okay, that's yep.
Kendrick Lamar for those who can connect to Lamar. Probably J. Cole.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, respect for J. Cole.
Yeah, that might be. Those two would be the easiest to just throw out there, and then maybe a third. And maybe he's not like in like my top five rappers or anything, but he is somebody that I really messed with recently, and I'm gonna do Jid or JID, whichever one you prefer to
Yeah,
say.
I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, those three have recently who have been like plaguing my playlist and sort of influencing me. And I mess with their music heavy because of their storytelling skills.
Right. Yeah. Like I think that's like, especially like yeah, Kendrick known for that. Same with
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole. Like they tell stories, and I think that's what makes them memorable. Cause like,
Right.
bro, it like one of my favorite things is like whenever people refer back to like Wet Dreams, and they be like, "Man, I was really in middle school singing this and having no idea what what the words mean." Like, like those are some of my favorite things to go back on, because like
Mhm.
you realize that, oh, this is what they were talking about. Like it adds it
Yeah, the
adds
first
layers to the music.
first time I heard "Swimming Pools" by Kendrick Lamar, I was real young. I
World
did.
Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what he was talking about, or at least the idea that I had. I thought he was encouraging it, when it's actually the song is the opposite, it's discouraging it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why you got to pay attention. Because I'm a poet and everything, I love analyzing lyrics, and that's why lyricism is super important to me when I listen to rap. But yeah, some people's pen, the way that they write and then perform their music is so crazy to me, and it's inspiring to say the least. Makes me want to get good.
Yeah, like you find those inspirations around you because there are people who are respecting their craft, especially
Mm-hmm.
that they do this. They built their name and reputation for a reason.
Yeah,
And like that's just something that there's a reason that they're so prominent even now, like still in the game. Like that, if you hear like RDC says it best, Jermaine Cole.
Cole.
Like
The real is back. The villain's back.
yeah, like there's a reason that you still, like, when you hear that they're about to drop something, that you still are
Get
excited for
excited.
it,
Yes.
like because they have something that nobody else really brings, or nobody else brings at that level.
Yeah. And there's been so many snippets or discussions about when Kendrick is going to drop his next album. Dude, it got me angsty.
Man,
I'm ready for Chance to drop a new album too, though. I want him to recover from the big day. There's like maybe one or two songs that I find acceptable from the big day.
for the big
But
day.
all I have to say is this, man. How many times did that man say ah? The
Ah!
eyelids wasn't even
Ah! No, I get that. I get that. Like it's one of those things where it's a change from what he normally does. But it's like, okay, I feel like conceptually it signifies growth, and and it fit with the direction for
But
Chance that
I
his
didn't
music had
learn
been
anything
going.
about his wife.
But yeah, no, and I also
I
get
didn't
that.
learn anything about his wife. I didn't learn anything what it's like for him to be married now. All I learned was he was going through a mainstream, direction now, and
And
it was more poppy. What I
yeah,
understand though, because he got to put food on the table because he got a kid now. But I didn't hear about the kid.
but and
Some of the
yeah,
singles that he released before, he talked more about his life.
I was gonna say. So for me with the big day, I like it, but it's not that I like it for its entirety. It's that I like it for the few songs that do hit.
Mm-hmm.
But past that, I'll say arguably my favorite Chance the Rapper song is 65th and Ingleside.
Really, and
I
that's not before the big day. That was kind of what
Yeah,
I was.
yeah. I was because that's what it made me think of that when you said that. I would argue that 65th and Ingleside is like my favorite song by Chance.
Into.
Because
He was
and it's
vulnerable
because
in
of the
that song.
story.
Yeah.
Like it's because of that story he tells. Like with those just and there were such simple like EP drops too. It was like he had like the four new songs and like two new songs. And
Yeah.
65th and Ingleside and The Man Who Has Everything are like two of my favorite drops. Um,
That's cool.
because like yeah, and
I feel like they've been overshadowed now, and that's what's unfortunate.
facts. Like I honestly all six of those songs, like Workout, I Need Security, um, shoot, what was the other one?
Fuck you.
Gosh, that's I Need Security.
Okay.
It's the one where it's like is it Do My Thing? I want to say, or not Do
I
My
don't
Thing.
know.
Shoot, yo, see now I'm forgetting. Now I gotta make sure I get
I
it.
just know that there's also the grocery one, but that was dropped before those four.
It's My Own
Uh,
Thing, not Do My Thing. It's My Own Thing, and then Wallacam.
oh, Wallacam is good. Wallacam is
Yeah,
good.
Wallacam was also really good. But 65th and Ingleside and The Man Who Has Everything were my favorite ones just because of the stories that they tell. Like, both of them. 65th and Ingleside was a story like the entire way through, which I loved about that. I don't know if you remember it explicitly, but
I remember it pretty well.
that story entire way through, like the struggle to the come up, and then The Man Who Has Everything talking about like kind of now that you're at that point, what do you like? What do you want? Like, or like kind of like what do you really want when you start to get to the top? Like, what are the things that you hold around you? Which is, I really like both of those songs, and it's why my favorite lyric, like that I think of when it comes to music, is from 65th and Ingleside, which is it's one of the last ones where it's like, feel like you remember. It was like on 65th and Ingleside, feel like you remember every single lie. Truth is, I just really need your finger size so I can make sure that they make their ring so tight.
Yeah.
Cause like
I remember that line.
It just sticks out. It sticks out, and especially with like the delivery that he had. And then when you go to Genius and read the annotated lyrics that he put, like the official ones, it just like it makes them joints hit.
Yeah. My favorite Chance the Rapper song is not a storyteller one necessarily, but it's the energy that was in it. It's Angels off of Chance 3.
Ooh, yeah. Angels was good. I think,
Just the intro alone, the first 30 seconds of you.
Yeah, no, Angels was definitely.
And that one I ad-libbed.
Yeah, it was Chance. Like, it felt like him. It really felt like
Speaking
him.
of which, I'm going to sideline us once again.
Okay.
Like, this is my own show.
Yeah, go for it. Take over.
I want to put you on to some people.
Okay.
Some new artists. You and the audience. One of them you might have heard of because she's one of the double XL freshmen this year. Is Chika. Schika.
Schika.
Yeah, and she reminds me of Chance, and that's why I brought her up. She had a similar flowy vibe, that singy, and then sometimes it's got gospel behind it and things like that. But she's also barred up. Like she is great at rapping.
Okay.
And I recommend her strongly. Also, it's always excellent, speaking more about female rappers, especially because there's not that many of them, because they get discriminated against. So don't sleep.
Right.
Don't sleep.
Like, yeah, that's always the biggest thing with these industries is that sort of discrimination, where people don't want to check you out for like one specific reason. Like,
right. And so she has a couple of songs that I think are definitely worthwhile, that you should check out. If you want, I can give them to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pulling up my stuff right now.
You said pull up the portfolio.
Yeah. One song is called High Rises. That song's good.
High Rises.
Another one is called Songs About You. That one's good.
About You, okay.
And then I think Crown might be another one that people like.
Crown.
Those three songs worth checking out by Chika. Stop sleeping on her. She deserves respect.
Okay, yeah.
There's somebody else. She's not a rapper. Her name is Umi. Umi.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to tell me about that. You already put me on.
I showed you her. Yeah, but she's great too. Breathe is a great song. What is the other song by her?
Matter of fact, I'll start dropping y'all some Umi. Man.
I mean, yeah.
That Midnight Blues.
Love Affair is the other one.
And Love Affair.
Yeah.
One that came out this year. I'm gonna give y'all one too. One that came out this year. It has Kyle Dion, Duckworth, and Umi, and it's Play Too Much. And Play Too Much has been one of my favorite bops this year. Like the way that it like meshes, for me, what it does is it meshes all of their styles into one song and flows like super well, like a well prepared meal.
Have you listened to much of Duckworth?
No, and I've listened to some Duckworth, and he actually dropped a new album too, like I think like 2 weeks ago?
Something like that.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I don't think it was any longer.
Duckworth, by the way, it's spelled Duckwrth. There's no O.
Yep, facts. Let them know. All capitals, put respect on it.
Yeah. Yeah. he changed his style recently with that new album. And the song that you're referring to is his new style. But when I first started listening to him, he was more of a rapper. And so it's interesting to see his progression. Spotify sort of made a new genre for him, or at least for his, like, they made a playlist and included him in it, and it's called anti-pop. And yeah, and I don't know what vibes that gives you, but it is still pop music, but it's like funky, like, and it's different. It's definitely a different experience. And so I recommend it because you can't really find that sound with anybody else, and I think that's impressive to sort of start something like that. Yeah, and so you might like it because I know you like Toby, and so you kind of more into you like unique, type vibes.
So that doesn't necessarily
totally
fit.
has some.
Okay, then I'll make sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I'm for sure gotta give the new. I think it was Super. Is it Super Good? Is that what
Super Good?
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I need to give that like a solid, like, committed listen to, because a lot of the times what I'll do when I first listen to an album, I'll either play it through from start to finish, or I'll shuffle it mixed in with some other stuff, so that way because then what it does is, like, I listen to stuff I'm familiar with, and then it slips in something new into it, so that way I, like, because at the end of the day, usually what I want when I add it to a playlist is I want it to flow. I want it to flow with everything else that I'm vibing with, so that helps me, like, do that and kind of figure out what flows. But I'm gonna give it a committed listen to, because
my favorite song by him, though, isn't a song that you can find normally, though. Unfortunately,
is it on SoundCloud?
I don't know if it's on SoundCloud, but it's a YouTube video.
Okay.
It's a video. It's called Well Spoken.
Well Spoken.
There's no space. It's one word.
Okay.
I kind of don't recommend you to listen to it because it's going to make you look at him differently. I promise you it will. Because what he does on that song is really cool, and I'm telling you, what he's transformed into is totally opposite. And you know how I feel bitter with it with Chant? I don't necessarily feel bitter with it with Duckworth. I'm glad he's found something that's special to him and that people are going to love about him. I'm not sure if I mess with it necessarily, but I feel like the next project he drops after this one, I probably will, because he'll master it.
Right, you'll be accustomed to it, and then also have time to be, like, refined.
Right, but it is great. The low key for me, not like, I don't like it because it's not what I was expecting, sort of. But even still, it left an impression on me. Like, yo, this is different.
Right.
This boy right here is different.
And I mean, that's good as an artist. And something that I'll say from being in the creative industry is that type of stuff is scary, and, like, changing your whole style, because here's always the biggest thing when you start something creative is what type of following do you want to build, because sometimes it can be hard to balance everything, because you want to do the things you enjoy, because that's going to bring the people that you want to enjoy, or that will enjoy, what you do, or at least the people who stay.
Bored. You want it to be interesting.
Yeah, and the thing is you also don't want to be known. Yeah, you don't want to be known for, like, one thing either, because then when you want to do something else, you also chance losing a lot of people who were there for the one thing you did before. Like, some people just don't care about that new thing that you're trying to do because they came to you for, like, the one original thing, which is always the scary part about making big changes like that, because you want to do what speaks to you, but some people just want to do what speaks to them.
Yeah, and I feel like that's with all types of content creation. I mean, you can expand that onto video games, streamers.
Yeah.
You can put that onto music, art, any type of art, really. And that takes creativity. And that's kind of why I support artists that I've grown to like, regardless of what they make, to a degree. Like, unless it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I just can't mess with them anymore. But like you heard what I said with Chance, I'm just not impressed by the Big Day at all. But I'm excited. I'll be just as excited for his next project, because I respect that he went on a limb.
Yeah, that he went and did
really
that.
Not easy to do. And back to Kung Fu Kenny, every album is technically a different genre of rap. So you got to respect that.
Yeah. Facts.
Like, he went from hip hop to jazz rap to pop rap.
and he it's one of those things where he then becomes known for him, not for a
Right.
specific like
Yeah. Sound.
subcategory and like yeah in a genre. Like he is known for him, and he builds his own sort of his own, not necessarily style, but his own sort of person and
Yeah.
expectations with that.
Yeah.
So and that's yeah, and that's also like awesome because that's not always like a luxury people can't afford if they don't do what they do right. So that just shows even further like mastery of of the game. Like
Right. And that's where we all trying to get to. I mean, why
facts.
settle for less?
Like exactly. Like do something you love and that you want to become a master of. Like in that part.
Right. And then do your best.
Exactly.
It's so whack when I see creatives who like you can tell that they didn't really put much into it. Like
And they could
they
have done
just
more.
they could have done more, or you could tell that they weren't really inspired. Like most of the job is the producers, and like it's easier for me to see that because
It's
that's kind
something
of what
you're
I do.
into. Yeah.
Right, but it's like Playboy Cardi. This man done waited, made his fans wait super long to drop some stuff, and it was really disappointing. And part of what that was is a lot of the fans really just liked his producers, not really him.
Right.
Because he doesn't put too much into it. I mean, his most of his stuff is melody, not really the words. And so it's so unfortunate that it's like you cultivate something and then you don't give it the love and affection it deserves.
Yep.
And so then you come out with a bad product.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it also is easier when you start to achieve that success is that it feels like it doesn't matter what you put out there because you think that
Right.
your cult following is strong enough that they don't care. They're just happy that you did something.
Right. But I
Like,
feel like you're abusing your stand. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, you
Like,
are.
and that's not never nice. And I feel like when it comes to creative things, you should also be doing it for the love of the art, not necessarily just the money.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Do
it is
something
a
because
job
you
though. You
love
gotta
it.
get paid. But
And
yeah,
yeah, I
do
think
what you love. And
yeah,
I
I
mean
think
that to
that's the thing.
everyone.
Yep.
Like if math is your thing, I want
Do
you to do
math.
some math. Right.
Yeah.
I want you to be the best mathematician you can be.
Facts.
Really.
Like
I
do
want
something
that.
because you have passion about it, and not necessarily even for the reason that if you love it, you'll never work a day in your life. But just do something that you have passion for, because that's just what you
Right.
should do because that's where your interests lie.
Yeah.
Like money aside, like I think focusing
Right.
on the money too much is what's gonna make you not enjoy it too. That's gonna
Yeah.
kill your joy of that thing, which is why I don't like to say if you love doing what you do, you'll like never work a day in your life. Because like money, money is a problem and necessarily doing what you love isn't always gonna give you that sort of money that you
Yeah.
want or expect.
Right.
So trying
These
to tie
first
the
for a
two
couple
too
of years,
close.
these first couple of years after college gonna be rough.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm not gonna be on that starman artist lifestyle. I really am.
No, facts, facts. Like exactly. Like that's the thing is tying your interests too close with the expectation to make money out of said interests will
hmm
ultimately like it can be a detriment for your interests.
Yeah.
So
And that's why I'm not really putting anything onto it. Like I'm not trying to become a millionaire or anything. Really, I just want to get respect so I can like make music with people that I think are cool. Like that's all that really matters to me. Is if I could
that freedom of
sustain myself,
creativity.
right, have that freedom to make music with cool people. Like I was just watching a T Pain stream the other
Yeah,
day. He's on Twitch.
I love T Pain.
Yo,
Yeah, I see he's on
I would
Twitch.
love to make a song with him because
I
he's just
love
a cool person. His personality is great.
yeah, I love T Pain. Like T Pain is he's so fun. Like that's really
Yeah,
what it comes down to is that he is just a fun person
yeah,
and he does things that he enjoys.
yeah,
Um like I like even like I don't know if you ever listen to like his T mixes. Like but
yeah.
those yeah, he's got like remixes to Boot Up, that Oh My Booty, Panda, Black and Yellow. Like he's got like all these. You can just tell like there is a Cartier body. Like
Yeah.
there's a appreciation and a love and a joy and passion in what
Right.
he does.
And that's what I aspire to be too. So you gotta respect it.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
facts. And I was actually I was gonna say on the topic of like your creation and what you do is because we are slowly about 10 minutes off from the hour mark. Which
Are we
is
stopping at an hour exactly?
no, not like exactly an hour, but I do like to try to keep it like it's like a little bite-sized
Bite
thing that
size.
you get throughout your day.
Unfortunate if you like this conversation. Too bad. You got 10 minutes.
Okay. Look,
Let's get into it. We don't want to waste time. I'm just
no,
messing.
I was. I'm
I'm
not
just
even rushed
messing.
like that, but I do want to make sure, because I'm curious about it, and I've heard some of it before. I was wondering if you want to share some of your poetry
Okay.
with everyone, because I know that you have. I just found out before we started that you have your own Instagram for poetry.
Yeah, I don't post on it often, and so that's kind of why you didn't know about it. Um, but yeah, I got some pieces. I have some new stuff. Um, I have like really like refined work, and that's what I perform normally. But I'm gonna give y'all some new stuff. Hopefully y'all
Okay,
like it. Don't steal
okay.
my content,
Oh, it's
please.
stolen. It's stolen the moment the moment the words leave your lips. Expect that on the
uh,
album. You say her hair
oh,
was
not.
fine as silk. I'm gonna say silk like
Oh
her
my
hair was so
god.
fine. Like,
I wasn't even talking about you. I trusted you. You hate to see it. Oh, this piece is called Nubian. All right. Yeah, I wanted to do a new piece. Let,
okay.
let, let me know how this is because I haven't heard any feedback whatsoever.
Do you have it typed out or just
Yeah,
written?
it's typed out.
Can you send it to me too so I can read along?
Sure.
That would
Now you
be.
make it add an extra process.
I was gonna
I'm not
say
gonna
if
copy it all.
it's easy enough, like just so I can see it and read along. Yeah, because I don't know. Sometimes hearing is hard, especially over the
No,
internet.
I get you. Dang. Uh oh. Uh oh.
What happened? Uh oh is never good.
Oh, well. Oh, I deleted one of my words. It's not an important word, and I'll figure out what word it was.
You can't control Z it back.
Well, it's on my phone.
I'm pretty sure they got a
Unfortunately,
backspace on the phone, bruh.
no, they don't have an undo on the phone. Not on this app. But it's cool. Don't even trip, bro.
Okay.
I'm about to send it to you.
All right. Bet.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, like I'm always interested in hearing and seeing the things that other people do, and I also do my best, as you were saying before, to like in necessarily empower the voices. I don't feel like I can say empower the voices because I don't think that I am at a high enough level. I hope I can get to that high enough level to where I can, make people's voices heard. But I at least want to share, even if it only gets like one or two more people to know this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm fine with it.
yeah,
I appreciate it. Um, you know what? Just because you said that, I might even give you two pieces.
Okay. Yo.
Um,
Okay, thank you.
then
Yeah, I've got this one. Yeah.
because I edited on my phone, I can't undo it right here. Okay, I pulled it up on my computer now. Whatever. I don't remember what I said. It's literally the first line, so I just have to figure that part out, and then I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. So while you figure that out, I'll stall everyone.
Um,
I will stall everyone. There's nothing to see here. Ignore any technical difficulties that that we're having. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and actually give them your Instagram though right now.
Yeah.
For your poetry, at least the poetry, because Cruz is mostly active on Instagram. His poetry is _Whyse. However, it's spelled with an HY instead of an I, so it'd be underscore WHYSE. And that would be where you could find him on Instagram. And that is going to be his poetry account. Now, he does also have a personal account, which is King Cruz. It's going to be KING period underscore period CRUZ. So King Cruz would be his personal Instagram. And that's more so where he's going to be active than on other social medias. So, how we coming? You think you figured out the word?
No, but it's okay because it's gonna flow anyway.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, facts. Go ahead.
Nubia. With hips, sticks, lips, and sultry shoulders, she is the backbone of the family, the movement, and the culture. Her mind is the only thing that could hold her from society putting too much weight on her shoulders. We don't accept her. She built us up and we disrespect her. She's holding the city. Don't ask why her legs hurt. She is sister, mother, and sometimes father. When they ain't home, never misguided, but too long alone, she paves her own direction. Now, she ain't sassy misconception. She's just tired of the bullshit. Too many people count on her, so she can't quit over the struggle. Yet she's used to it. Burden upon burden she carries in her purse. I can never understand what it's like to be her. So I watch. I stare. I attempt to be aware of what I should do. Witness black girl magic like it's voodoo. And because I don't know how she did it, she took an atom and split it. Under a microscope, she's hid it. I don't know if I should lead against the hate that you receive, but you bet that I will follow. My pride I will swallow if it will get what you deserve. Nubian. It's a little messy towards the end, but that's kind of what I've been working on.
No, that was fire.
What else I got for you?
I love that.
What else I got for you?
I love that. Hey, just a little taste of what you can expect if you go keep up with this man Cruz. Like I said, poetry account underscore Whyse underscore WHYSE. Yo, go give this man a follow. Like that.
I got one more short one for you.
Okay, I think I heard this one too. I think I heard the little preview on your.
Yeah, it was on my Snapchat.
Yep. Right. Okay, go ahead. Hit him with it.
I'm petty. I'm childish and not ready. To stand up, I'd rather fall down and throw shots until I feel better. So who's pushing the letter? Who gonna call first? Because I don't know if I can be the better person. I just might be worse, but give me some time and I'll heal. Turn scar to blemish and I'll feel any bruises we made. Fulfill any promise. You can trust that I'll stay honest, but in the moment, I'm petty. And that's a weight that always feels heavy. But that's the burden I'll carry. I'll marry it. Free it like Tubman, because I aspire to be Harriet, but you got to show commitment.
Petty. Yo, those are awesome.
Because I've been kind of cracky today. I was coughing earlier during the podcast. I had to drink some water.
It's all good,
but
bro.
Hopefully that was so cool.
No, that was amazing. Like, you can tell like that there's soul in especially in your delivery. Because here's the thing, and y'all, I know that y'all can't read it, but this is another reason why I like to read it. Is if I read it, I would never in my life have given the same type of delivery that you just gave. Like, I don't.
That's where the performance part comes into play.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's part of what makes it so beautiful and so unique, is that you can, even if somebody has the same words, they will never be able to say those words the same way as you. Like, there's going to be these nuances that just make it sound like it doesn't belong to them and that it belongs to you, and it's an extension of you and that it is your piece, and that is like that is the fun in it. That's right. What makes it so cool and so interesting to hear and see, is knowing that it's that extension.
Yeah.
So
I try to do my thing just a little.
You ain't try. You did your thing. Like, ain't no try about it. You just did it.
Well, I appreciate that compliment.
Oh, of course, man. Like, these joints are beautiful, and I look forward to hearing and seeing more about what you do. Like, honestly,
I mean, those two pieces that I just performed, I wrote, I think this last month. But normally, when I write a piece, uh, I'll write a piece and maybe it'll take me like a day, and then I like edit it for 6 months before like I actually like throw it out there and share,
Mm-hmm.
to get it more refined and everything. But it was also free to be able to I threw a second one on my Snapchat story.
You're
It was
right.
cool because like I kind of wrote these sort of about like how I was feeling at the moment, and so it was like venting it off. And that's low key one of the things that I really love about poetry is it kind of like it can just you can express something and it's with all types of creativity. It's just this is the one that I happen to be with, but
Right.
it was just like get these emotions out, and part of this feeling that it's going to be is that it's raw and not uh, super tightly edited. So
Yeah, it's
I just
not
put
like
these ones out.
it makes it feel
Yeah,
natural. Like
yeah.
yeah, like that's
The
what
other
I
ones
love.
sound sort of like speeches because they're like rehearsed and tweaked and everything.
Yeah, but then you like when you have ones that are more quickly put together, it
Yeah,
brings that sense of like humanism to it. Like it makes it
right.
more like and already in what you say, it becomes like relatable and people can feel that. But then even more so like with these not even mistakes, like with the gosh, I don't
Some of
even
my
know.
flows, no, I get what you're saying. Some of the
Like
flows don't connect completely,
yeah,
things
like
like that.
exactly the
But
things that other people would see as like mistakes and like blemishes because it's not so perfectly conjoined or what would be like the norm in a sense like
mhm,
okay normally it has to do this and this like it breaks that and it becomes more human
yeah,
and
and I think
more
it's
personal.
and I think it's really easy to express that over the more personal ones. Like these pieces are personal. Like I am somewhat a petty person. It doesn't come out until like negative moments, let's say, but it's like the concept of you know when I'm at my low, like it's not easy to overcome. When I'm feeling super agitated or some type of way, my first instinct is to be petty back. Like how dare you expect me to be the better person? You're not being the better person right now.
Right, yeah, that's like an
But
understandable feeling like
right, I wanted it to feel human and personable, to where like people can like walk into this poem and understand where I'm coming from, or maybe see themselves in it. Because we also push narratives in our society a lot, where it's like you got to be perfect,
right,
and that's
yeah,
not real. That's
facts.
not real at all.
And I mean, especially as
Not
a black male,
yeah,
that like I from one brother to another, I know
yeah,
how much like if not perfect, emotionless
yeah,
or a strong standing wall like
right.
that you are expected to be like you if you express emotion it can
It's
be
weakness.
yeah, it can be either weakness or even like just invalidated. Like it can in a term
Right.
in a sense of you shouldn't feel this way or um by like I don't know, like by having these emotions, it's not what other people expect so they get hurt or scared of them, of the fact that you have
Yeah.
them. Uh
And I think that's extended to just all black people. I don't think it's really specific to black men. I think that's just how the world views us, and it's unfortunate.
Facts, yeah,
Um,
yeah, I can see that too. Like, yeah, for all my sisters, all the beautiful women out there, that it's just
yeah,
like it is a thing where it's like black don't crack type of thing. Um,
yeah, and it's not just the age thing. It's like, oh, we don't fold, and when
yeah,
we do, it's like, oh, nah, just get over it.
cause yeah, even black women are like, we see it like they have to deal with even more, um,
Right. That's kind
like
of where I
yeah,
want
I
moving.
here okay. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I don't like to compare struggles at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Like at the end
Oppression
of the day,
Olympics is
we
not
have
a
to.
fun one.
Yeah, yeah. Pressure the Olympics, like, cause at the end of the day, we all there's similar struggles that we all share just based off of our skin tone. There's struggles that we
Yeah,
have for being men. There's struggles that they have for being women. Like there's
Yeah.
just a whole bunch that is going on, and different struggles that we also won't entirely be able to understand,
Right.
because we just physically will never be in that position. Like
Yeah.
one thing that I think about and that I talked with someone about, I think I talked with one of my friends who she's a black woman in California, how there was this thing going on where it's like, um I think it was like some sort of survey where it's like a bunch of women were asked if they were a man for a day, what would be one of the things that they would do, and a lot of them said like go for a walk in the middle of the night. And
Yeah.
so I saw that, and instantly my first thought is I also would like to be able to go for a walk in the middle of the night. like like hold on, what men for a day are you being? Because I never
It's a different
once
fear, though.
have felt,
It's a
yeah,
different
exactly,
fear.
and exactly that's the thing, that's what I'm getting at, is like I don't think I can go for a walk in the middle of the night for a different reason than they feel that way. So, and like I can understand conceptually that, but I don't understand that fear. Because for the same reason that I
Right.
can't go for a walk like that in the middle of the night is the same reason that I'm not supposed to be out driving past the middle of the night. Which
Mm-hmm.
is what's more so my parents' fear than my own. Is they
Mm-hmm.
don't like for me to be driving alone specifically, out
Yeah.
past midnight. Even if it's just like 5 minutes down the road. Like if it's past midnight, they become super concerned for
Yeah.
me just being out there. And so
And
I'm
I don't
like,
blame them, to be
yeah,
honest.
like, yeah, it's just, it is different fears. Cause like, and I mean, even then, that's not even, I think night only enhances the reason for fear, because I feel like personally, every time that I go out driving, I have to accept
Yeah.
that it potentially is my last drive if I were to get
Right.
pulled over.
And that's growing up. That was like one of the reasons, like subconsciously, I never really wanted to learn how to drive. And it's horrible that there's things like that are just implemented into us that
Yeah.
we really don't know how to handle or deal with. That's a whole nother conversation because we don't talk about mental things in
The
the
black
black community
community.
often.
Yep. That
Like mental health is not something that's really pushed.
that is
It's kind of something that's avoided.
yeah, exactly. And my fault for cutting you off.
No, you're good.
That is a lyric in one of Chance's songs. It's Chance and Jeremiah. Merry Christmas, Little Mama. One more cry. He says, "You know, black folk don't go to no therapy. Tell them keep they 2 cents, give it to charity." And like that's a bar, but it's also kind of like it's also like
It's sad.
if you look at it, it is facts. Like, you know, black folk don't go to no therapy. Like that is just,
It's sad.
it's
Yeah.
not seen like something that is afforded to us, not necessarily because we can't
Mhm.
afford it, but because it's
Sometimes it
not
seems like they
something we
wouldn't
believe
understand
in.
anyway.
Oh, and
Yeah.
yeah, in facts, and that's another thing is like who you're talking to is a big factor in that. Like there's going to be
Yeah.
a sort of um what's it called, like a, not disparity, but a, I don't know, like just some sort of,
Distance.
yeah, there's like
Yeah.
there is a gap between being able to understand, and if you're with someone who doesn't understand, then you're not really going to get much out of the
Right.
the money that you put in and that time that you put in. So
Yeah.
it makes it very, very, very difficult for you know black community to get help, because the system isn't built for them to get help, and the system also doesn't,
Yeah.
they're less inclined to believe that they need that kind of help, that they need help with, that they can
Yeah.
struggle with things like depression, suicide,
Yeah.
trauma, things like that. Because like I okay, I'm clearly not a doctor, so I cannot diagnose, but
Right.
growing growing up, even for us, but even for kids younger than us, and getting on social
Oh.
media. You good?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
You
but
dropped out.
but okay. But even for kids younger than us who get on social media like a lot sooner, even nowadays, seeing
Mhm.
people who look like them murdered, abused, like all that stuff for be them, that has
Yeah,
to be traumatic. Like
it is, and
that,
that's
there's just no other way to put it. It is torture
like
porn.
talk about. Yeah,
And it gets
yeah,
so
it's
quickly shared and spread without a second thought, like just uncensored videos, because people are so quick to want to get the word out
well,
or to share.
both. Yeah, both. Everything can be argued on that though.
Yeah,
And what I really
facts.
think that what it is you can't look at everything you see, especially when that person looks like you. You don't need convincing usually. It's normally not black people that need convincing that black people are being killed.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that I also believe is that you shouldn't have to see the video to be an ally.
You shouldn't,
Like
but
there's no reason
I'm
that
glad
you
that it
should
does
have to
help
see.
people.
Right.
Yeah,
Like it does push a narrative, but at its core, there should be no reason that you have to watch somebody die to sympathize with the survivors. Like
yeah,
if you
and
just
it's
hear about
really
it as opposed to watching it, you know?
yeah, it's really messed up that in some cases it feels like you have to do that. But I'm more focused on the end product, and if it's what's going to help, fine, let it be. So
Right.
be it. And really, the issue here, that so much frustration I have with all of this is really a human thing. Like this is like a human
A
issue.
human folly, yeah.
It's a human issue that needs to be addressed. And
Yeah.
people want to say all lives matter, but they're still not looking at the human angle of it.
Honestly, you
There is
can't
a
say all.
human that looks like you who is suffering, and you are not helping them, and you're distracting from helping them,
Like,
and it's
yeah,
really unfortunate.
exactly. And that's the thing. Is like if you say all lives matter, then you should agree that Black lives matter.
Black
There
lives do,
shouldn't be a
right?
reason that
No
you have
one
to
said black
say
that
stop
every other
saying
life doesn't,
like
right?
yeah, and
We're just
it's like
clarifying, if anything.
it's like right, exactly, because it's like the literal comparison that is made, you know, a few days ago. By the time that this goes up, but what, not yesterday or something for us, 9/11. Like,
Yeah,
there's a reason
all
that
buildings
you
matter.
say yeah, exactly. There's a reason that you still say that memorial for 9/11 and not all buildings matter. Like, it's because you
Hmm.
are bringing the focus for a period of time to that one tragic event that happened. Just like other times, like with the what was it, Lebanon, the
Hmm.
explosion at the port. Like, there's not a bunch of people saying all buildings matter at that, because not all buildings are in danger. It is specifically
Yeah,
that one and the people around it that are affected by the residue and the results of that are the ones that we need to focus on, because those are the ones that need help. Those are the ones that need the change and energy directed. Because like,
hmm,
yeah, it just like brings up these whole other arguments, like between like equality and equity, like how to treat everybody the same, or to treat everybody with like what they need to succeed, like all these things. And it's
yeah,
just like, it is a, I feel like it not necessarily is a difficult conversation, but it is a conversation where people who have already picked their side will largely die on that hill or want to feel right in the side that they choose.
hmm.
Because also
And
previously I feel
I
like
think
changing opinions isn't
right.
it was never like allowed. Like, it felt like it felt like you show weakness by
Yeah,
learning information and changing your opinion, which isn't.
I think what a lot of it has to do with is if people recognize things like this, it alters their reality. Things that they
That's
believe,
true.
other things that they believed in, are now false because of this. Like the whole concept of that anybody can make it in America is not true. But there's a lot of people who believe that. But
Anybody
when
with
you
opportunity.
right, right, and so
Like, being in America isn't inherent opportunity. Which I feel
there
like
is
is where
some,
that there's
there is
definitely some.
over other countries there is, but that's not enough. It's not enough to say anybody can do it. It's not true.
Because yeah,
Not everybody can.
because I was gonna say, even then, like, to say like there is more compared to other countries. However, thinking about the homelessness situation in America, like,
Yeah,
for those people, they maybe they would have a better chance in another country Like more
They might.
opportunities would be afforded to them. Like we don't know. All we know is that they are not being afforded those opportunities here.
Here.
So, like, yeah, like it's just one of those things. Like we just don't. There's so much to consider, but at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
it's not everybody can make it because just being here isn't inherently enough of an opportunity. It is
Yeah.
opportunity, it's just not inherently enough for everybody who's here, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Yeah, and that's also because other people are presented with other opportunities that are far greater, and it's a competitive, country.
Oh,
The whole
facts.
market is based off of competition, and so some people are offered more opportunities that are more, have more potential and things like that. So sometimes, the foundation is not
Yeah.
enough to take them far, and it's not like we should look down on those people or anything like that.
Y-
What are you gonna say? I'm sorry, I
Oh,
don't want to
oh
interrupt you.
no, you're good. Like, and I was just gonna say like that's what I was kind of hinting at earlier with like equal opportunity, or like equality and equity being like the two different things. Like, equal opportunity doesn't necessarily mean everybody can make it. And oh, and my favorite thing that shows that as of late has been the stimulus check. First off, it's not enough money for for how long we got it, but more importantly, what I say, $1,200 is not $1,200 depending on where you are in America.
Yeah,
Twelve hundred
it's
dollars can
not.
be $800 if you are in like, let's say like Cali or Florida, or it can be like fifteen hundred
Yeah,
dollars if you're in like some other place. Like $1,200 is not $1,200 for everyone. It can either be more or less depending
and
on where you're at.
true, and it's more complicated than that because even in places like Cali, true, you might not have a grocery store around you, so you get your stuff at Walgreens. Walgreens is gonna be more expensive, and it's gonna be less, and so you're gonna have to come back more and often and stuff like that. Um, and so it's never equitable,
Yeah,
and I don't think it ever will be. But we need to attempt to make it more. Like people are very negligent and understanding other people's struggles, and like how we
facts.
said earlier, you can't. It's not easy to understand other people's struggles. Like I was going to say earlier, the reason I wrote Nubian is because I don't understand the plight of Black women. I really don't.
Yeah,
But
facts.
outside looking in, I do see things and
Yeah,
they're like very apparent to me, and so I should be talking about them.
because yeah,
And what matters is that if you're trying to attempt to correct them. And
right.
right now, America as a whole is not showing that we're trying to correct things.
Because like
That's the issue.
even if like even if we can say like at the end of the day it won't, like even if you can be so certain and saying that at the end of the day nothing will happen, there is no chance that something will happen if you don't try.
Yeah.
So like just like saying that you don't expect anything to change is really an excuse for not wanting to take the chance that something
Yeah.
could change, because
And work
like
hard on it.
yeah, because like okay, like it, like I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like why wouldn't why wouldn't you want to try at the end of the day if there is a chance that you
Hmm.
can make things better for everyone? It
Yeah,
feels
and I
so
think that's
simple
just
to take that chance.
yeah, and a lot of that comes from people being tired from trying to make change, and
They
they
think
seeing
they tired.
but what's important is well that doesn't extend to everyone. I'm speaking more generally about let's say Black people who are older than us,
Right,
like a generation or two, like our parents or their parents.
like they've
A lot
been
of them are
fighting.
tired,
Yeah,
right? And they experience traumatic things like their leaders were killed
yeah,
and stuff
for
like that.
doing the same things that we do now too, like peaceful protests. Like
Yeah.
they seen people killed for those exact same things.
So it's like tiredness and also fear. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a lot. And
yeah,
I think
there's so
white
many
people,
things.
I'm gonna overstep a little bit, but I think white people fear things too. Like part of the reason that some white people don't talk about race is because their fear that they'll be called racist or that they are truly racist and that they just don't want to acknowledge it.
That
And
closet
so that's something,
racism.
yeah, and so that's something that we need to become more comfortable with stepping past. And allyship is important, and maybe we should be kinder in how we deal with our allies. But that being said, they're our allies. They shouldn't be super comfortable either, though, because
Yeah.
we're uncomfortable.
Yeah, facts. Like that's what I was like. I remember, and this was a church thing. Um, that something the my pastor had said that I just think applies regardless, not necessarily just through the church. It was something along the lines on how you should be uncomfortable, um, like wanting to in making change because like it
Yeah,
causes you to question because you're uncomfortable because you're questioning what you thought that you knew, so
yeah,
it can help you promote change. Like it's like the whole thing where like fear of the dark is because it's you don't know what's in it, and so if you're
yeah,
uncomfortable having the conversations it's because you realize that the world you're living in there was more that you don't know. And if you're uncomfortable, it's probably because you don't want to know. And that's why you don't actively pursue trying to learn, is because you're scared on how it would change your perception of the world and reality that you've been living in for however long. So,
yeah.
I don't know, like it's like a heavy topic, but
Mhm.
it's like one that should be had uh
Yeah,
at the end of the day. So, I
yeah.
don't
You gonna
know.
have to you gonna have to have me on another podcast,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
I'm gonna be on
facts.
another episode. I'm calling it
Facts.
now.
I got you for
Bother
another
him until he
one.
brings me back.
You said bother me. Nah, see now you got them. You said bother him until he day after day until he drops some music. Bother him until he brings me back on the podcast.
Yeah, if
Like
you guys appreciate, me being here, I'd appreciate you bothering him. That would make him want me to be on the show more.
ah,
Cause I'm telling you, bro, this is probably long. This might be longer than your hour at this point.
it's all good, bro. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the
But it's good
day,
conversation though. It's good
yeah,
conversation though.
exactly. And because at the end of the day, uh, what I said before, and I think it says in the description, my goal is that I literally just want to bring people on and have conversation like we would normally bring on variety of
Yeah.
personalities and people, so that way, we can just enjoy conversation. Because if it's
You
enjoyable
new
to us, then there's more of a chance I feel like that is enjoyable to other people because we're putting our hearts into it and our personalities into it. So the people who are gonna
yeah.
stay are ultimately the people who like us. Like it all comes full circle with what we were talking about earlier. Like
Right.
so that's why I'm like, okay, this would be nice, but if this change happens, like that's literally just life. It's like as easy as saying like, oh, we were hanging out and at this point I should have gone home, but we got to doing this, so why not
Mhm.
just like chill and
Mhm.
enjoy the
And this is
conversation?
really a conversation that we would have had in person, like without it the being the podcast here. We've had conversations very similar to this before,
Facts.
um, and so I'm glad I could share them. I could share this type of conversation and these views with you, and on this platform. I really hope it continues to cultivate and grow. I hope and only wish success for you, bro.
Hey,
Um,
thank you.
and once again, thank you for having me on.
Oh, of course, of course. Like it really is my pleasure. I'm more than happy to have you here, and you will be welcome back. Maybe I gotta get like a few new guests
No, no, no.
still
I
in
get it. I
rotation,
get it.
in rotation.
No, you
But
say the best for last once again. I get
okay,
it.
yeah,
I got to
maybe.
put. I understand. Uh,
Yeah, maybe I can try to get you on there for the 1 year anniversary. We'll see what happens.
1 year anniversary.
Maybe I can get you in the actual stew with me. We can share
Okay,
share some like
that
cups of
might be
coffees,
nice.
something like that.
That might be
Be chilling together. But yeah, it's been pleasurable having you here. Honestly, it makes me realize that I need to come out and see you a lot sooner than the next time that you come out. We need to just chill, write some poetry, drink some hot cocoa,
nice.
hit the road and just go where life takes us or something like.
Yeah,
Like honestly, like we need more time where it's like just us hanging out too like this, because I know a lot of the time when we hang out too it's like with everyone, but like
right.
shit, I feel like these are conversations that are that not necessarily only we could have, but that sometimes are nicer when they're put on the smaller scale. Cause like of course
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah, I
of
get
course I
that.
like talking about like music and all this stuff with everyone, but then there's also like something like comforting
Special.
and yeah, like about having like the smaller scale conversations with just like another person. Is like you get insight specifically on them and further your relationship with them.
Yeah.
So
And when I get out to Atlanta, finally, when I'll be out there, I'll be closer.
yeah, yeah, facts. Hey, but don't be surprised if I come drive out, just scoop you up or something.
All right.
It's a
All
pretty
right.
it's a pretty long drive, but you know we'll
I
discuss
gotta, I
that
gotta
one.
let this. I gotta let this be known for the podcast though. Y'all don't understand, bro. Me and Jordan are close, but after watching episode 1, I was like, bro, you gonna have to. I gotta be on here. It's me. It's me.
You needed to be on here
Yeah.
oxiciously.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't bring it full circle.
Yeah,
Don't bring
it
it
all
full circle.
comes full circle. It all comes full circle.
I
Let's
feel like you be doing this shit
go.
on purpose. I swear that was the
Let's
first episode
go.
too.
That's that.
Can't stand you.
That's that content. That's that experience with content
Can't
creation.
stand you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Tell me how to do my thing. Tell me how to do my thing. Okay. Did you have any last words?
Not really. Please go follow me. He gave out the account.
Honestly, I'm gonna give it out again too.
Yep.
Um,
And you guys have a nice day. Please support this man, Jordan. He
Yeah.
deserves your support. Share the video. All right. Share the podcast. Rate it 5 stars. Come on now.
Yeah, asking for the good feedback for me. See, I ain't even got to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hit up the comments. If there's something that interested you, slide through.
Ooh, promote the
if-
interaction.
Yeah. And if you feel like we could do better, let us know what.
Facts. Yes, facts. If there's look, if y'all tell me about something you enjoyed about the podcast. I know I was talking with people about their personality tests, like they started going and taking them after the first episode. I want you to know that made my day when people were telling me that they were going and taking personality tests now because they
I had
have
already
listened to
taken
the
one.
podcast. Like and just
But
the
it
fact
was
that it was
cool
for
to
funny
hear y'all
discussions.
and, the
Yeah.
deep analysis on it.
Like it just makes my day knowing like
Go listen to the people we suggested earlier.
Exactly. Go check them out.
That's this episode's version.
If y'all
Let us know
find
if you
that you like
that
some
too.
artists, yeah, exactly. If y'all find that you got a new favorite song or like an artist that you added to the playlist, let us know that too. If you go add some Umi to your playlist, Chica to your playlist, let us know. If there's things we can do better, facts. If there's things that I can do better as the host, let me know because I want to constantly improve for y'all. So that way this is something that y'all enjoy as much as I enjoy it. Let me know if there's any personalities you want to get on here. Maybe I can talk to Obama. If enough of y'all start sharing this with Obama, hey, maybe I can get some Obama, some Michael Jordan, some fuck it. Let me get Chance and Toby Lou on here. Like start sharing it with who else we got? Shit, I don't even know, but like, Zendaya.
Find out, though.
Right, exactly. We gonna find out. Like, if y'all got some people you gonna be trying to get, maybe we'll get there. Ain't no promises, but hey, who knows what the future holds? So we gonna find out. But thank you again so much, Cruz, for joining me. I'm gonna give out socials again. Like I said, these are Instagram this time. So for his poetry Instagram, it's going to be _Whyse with a HY. So _WHYSE. That is his poetry. Yeah. And his personal is King Cruz, where it's KING _CRUZ. So that one's going to be King Cruz, which is his personal. And then I forgot to give it out last time, but if you guys want to follow me, I'm going to give out I gave my Instagram earlier. It's _purple waves _ purple like the color, waves like like the tides _
Hey.
And then my Twitter is going to be Ocarina _kid, OCARINA _KID. So that would be my
YouTube.
Twitter or YouTube. It's the same thing. Or it's just Ocarina, OCARINA. Do I got other stuff? I probably got other stuff. Hey, I'm gonna leave all the links though in the description. No matter where you are reading this, you'll
Out
find
of that.
links to me and to Cruz. It'll all be there. So yeah. Hey, well, thank you again so much, Cruz, for joining me here
Yeah,
today. Thank you
of course.
everybody who listened, who tapped in. I want y'all to know, it's a crazy world out there. I hope y'all are staying safe. Stay smooth, keep it
Mm-hmm.
true and real, because only
Mm-hmm.
you can be you. Know that you're loved and that I appreciate you. And with
We
that
do.
being said, yeah, exactly. You know that you're loved and we appreciate you. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next podcast. Take care, y'all. Love you. Peace.